Buffalo tank, Buffalo tank, Buffalo tank.
Oh,
Whip up. Well, I'm just going a little Buffalo. Got my Woo Bill shirt on. What's going on,
got your
everybody? Buffalo Will, cousin Vinny. Welcome to another episode
Bill.
of Buffalo's Bills. Sorry, we're a little late, little technical difficulties, but we're here. What's up, Vinny? What's going on, bro?
Woo, Bill. I like the shirt, man. Woo, Bills. Woo, Bills.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
never,
hot.
I never saw it until I saw it. Then I was like, "Oh, I gotta get it." And it took about a little week and a half to get here, but it was pretty cool. I liked it. So
I
I
gotta
got
give
I
me
actually
one,
got a
man.
sweatshirt too.
I
So
gotta give me one.
yeah, rocking the woo. Old
I'm
school.
keeping it retro, bro. Retro since it's been 25 years. You know what I'm saying? I went back and I still got the lucky hat. I ain't taking this sucker off until we lose, and I ain't shaving until we lose. So that's what's up, man.
Well, hopefully you won't be shaving anytime soon, and hopefully you'll be wearing that hat for a while. Viva los Bill, this is the way. Yeah.
That's right.
All right, we'll take that. Trying to see over here for a second what's going on. Anyway, man, watching that Bills Colts game had me sweating for a little bit, but the outcome is what we wanted. We got that win. I mean, we'll talk about it. You know, there was a few things in that game made me sweat. We talked to each other about it. We'll talk real
Yeah, man.
quick about this roster here, which one little thing surprised me, especially for the playoff game, was that Trent Murphy did not play. We talked about that. Well, I shot you. I was a little surprised that AJ got to start over Trent, especially being the vet, and he got it in against Houston that one last year. So I was surprised, but anyway, man, this was the result. As we could see, the Bills, they got their victory. They came up big, so I was happy with that. Can't complain. What were your thoughts on some of the things in the game?
Man, it was a crazy game, man. I mean, these guys just the same Buffalo Bills, but a little bit different. And what I mean by that is cardiac kids, man. You know what I'm saying? My heart was fluttering. I thought I was gonna have a stroke. You know, I'm up in age now. I'm 50 years old, so I ain't no spring chicken. So whenever I get the fluttering in the heart, I gotta tell the wife to keep the defibrillator real close. But it was a great game. You know, what I mean, I thought my general take on the game was, I think I kind of think the Colts kind of like outplayed us a little bit, but I think we outcoached them, if that makes any sense. Because there was
Yeah.
some coaching decisions that I didn't agree with the Colts in terms of not getting the points and stuff. You know, they were really aggressive. I mean, fourth and goal, they went for it. It was a drop pass to our advantage. It was like 2-something left in the first half, and we marched down the field with the help of Gabriel Davis, man. He did an excellent job. That dude, the toe drag, that dude is the man. Show him the money too for a rookie. He's my rookie of the year on the Buffalo Bills squad. But I drove down the field and we scored before halftime, which made it that was pretty much the difference maker and the game changer of the whole game. That changed the whole momentum. But the Colts were keeping us. Our field advantage was really bad the whole game. The whole first half at least. We were
That's
pinned back most part of the game, but our kicker came through, 54-yarder. I mean, I think it's the longest for a rookie in playoff history. It was a whole bunch of things. I mean, we could talk about the Hail Mary that Rivers did. He was 5 yards short, but Micah Hyde finally, knocked it down, and he made sure it looked like he was slam dunking. You know what I mean? He just slammed it down, which is a good thing. But I don't know. Philip Rivers, I don't know. I think 4 or 5 years ago, I think he would have made it into the end zone. Not that they would have caught it, but it just didn't have the power. What's your take? And we'll keep elaborating back and forth on it.
the one thing, like you said, there was a few things. Hey, like you said, this kid, bam, he Tyler Bass 54-yard field goal. He tied actually Steve Christie's 1993 field goal against the Cowboys in the Super Bowl for the longest team record one. So he didn't break it, but he did set. It's like you said, the longest field goal by a rookie in the playoffs, which is pretty good for a rookie to go in there under that pressure and kick that field goal, and it was a much needed field goal. Now you saying like about the whole out coaching. You know what? I mean, if I'm Frank Wright, I said this yesterday. We made a little guest appearance for those who didn't know on the K&K show. Listen, I'm taking the points. It's the playoffs. You have to take the
Absolutely.
points. And don't get me wrong, I liked it. It wasn't a bad call because it was so early in the game and they drove down there like nothing.
Yeah,
So I mean, it was a good call on their part. But luckily for us, the Bills defense, and it wasn't even the Bills defense, the receiver dropped it. If it
yeah.
was 3 inches small, you're closer to that
It was
receiver.
a great play
Big
call. It was
catch.
a great play call. It was there. It was there.
Now, the one play I thought was kind of dumb to me that his thing was going for the 2 points. You didn't need to go for
Yeah.
2 points. That killed them. Because if they had that extra point,
Absolutely.
they kick a field goal, they actually pretty much win this game. Another thing you touched
And they
on,
missed the field goal also. They dunked the field goal too. That's another
yes,
3 points.
yep. So that was huge too. Where was the one thing? I'll touch on this real quick. This guy, like you said, Gabe Davis, man,
Yeah,
toe
man.
swag drag, Mr. Toe Swag
Balling.
there. He had a few big catches for us, man. I mean, he had 4 receptions for 85 yards on the day, but some of those, probably 3 out of the 4 catches were much needed catches at the time. They were huge. He came through big. This guy over here, he played. I said I don't know if I would have played him or not, Cole Beasley, but hey, he had 7 catches for
Yeah,
57 yards. He had a few
yeah.
big third down plays like he always does. He stepped up as always. So I was big on him. Liked it. Another thing with the one guy, where is he at? Boom. Not just him, but the defense as a whole. Hey, Matt Milano, he led the team, 11 tackles, 7 by himself, and 1 pass deflection. The guy is a
Yeah,
totally different maker. This is a guy they're going to have to
yeah,
pay. And, I don't want to,
absolutely. We've
if
been
they don't
talking
pay,
about it all year.
yeah, people are going to be looking for him, looking to
Yeah,
pick this kid up. Hopefully, the Bills do the right thing and sign him. He's a beast. Bad news of the day was when Zach Moss went down. Boom. Zach Moss. We lost him to a high ankle injury. It looked like it was going to be something worse, but
yeah.
still, we lose him, which kind of stinks. But he was putting in some work on the day. He had 7 carries, 21 yards. We didn't really rush the ball well in this game. And then he also added 4 catches for 26 yards. And now he's on the
Yes, yes.
IR with an ankle injury. So he's going to be missed. We'll talk about that also for next game. You know what? I did
You
notice.
forgot, man.
Forgot
You
about it.
forgot. Hey,
Damn.
shout out to Mondo. Mondo's on there commenting. Shout out to my friend Tony Montana,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh fans. Feel bad for you last week, but hey, we about to celebrate our win for our first playoff win in what 25 years. So we is gonna enjoy this sip. This is gonna be the best sip of the year. So hey, crack it open, baby.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's pop these open. Congratulations. And hopefully we'll pop one next week too. Cheers to all the Bills, to the Buffalo Bills fans, everybody out there, Bills Mafia, Viva los
Salute.
Bills, everybody.
Viva los Bills. Let's go.
That tastes so much better.
This tastes better after a playoff victory.
That's great. So that was one thing. And another thing here, this man, for his first playoff game with the Bills, pretty much did what he's been doing all year long. 6 receptions, 128 yards with 1 touchdown. That touchdown reception was pretty nice. I mean, Josh's accuracy has been way better this year, but that was a perfect pass, perfect catch. It was right there. I mean, you didn't have to do much, just pull it in. It was right there. It was a beautiful pass. Both guys put in the work. Josh Allen.
Yesterday we were on the PNK Sports Show and they asked me who my best player was then and now, and it kind of caught me by surprise because Eric, I know you're a defensive guy. I'm kind of more of an offensive guy, so I like Eric Moulds. That was one of my favorite. Well, is my favorite player from the old school Bills. But then I started thinking. He kind of put me on the spot. I was like, man, there's so many great players on this Bills squad now that it kind of like it was kind of a hard decision for me. But
Yeah.
Diggs, man, how can you not? That's my guy. I mean, he's the number 1 receiver in the NFL. The routes that he's running, I mean, he's breaking ankles. He's doing it all. And the thing about him, what I love about it most is that he's making everybody else great. You know what I'm saying? John Brown was our number 1 receiver. And by the way, he's going back to, when Baltimore comes in, I think he has a chip on his shoulder because they only signed him for 1 year. And the year they released him, he had 1,000 yards. but I think he's going to want to prove something to them. There's a lot of inside stuff that we're going to talk about for the Baltimore game. But
Yeah.
Diggs, man, I salute you, bro. Diggs is the man.
Listen, I mean, he's good. Will he be my favorite? Not this year. Like he's putting in work. I'm one of those guys. I like to I like the players that have been there for a while, put in that work.
Yeah.
And then, I say, okay. Like I said, my favorite is probably Bruce. He was a monster, so big, so fast, just ripping quarterbacks. Another one, you like Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman, Tasker, BB,
BB.
all those guys, even when like Bryce Pop came, I like Spielman, but he didn't get to play that long. One of the guys who wasn't all that great I liked was Henry Jones. I don't know if you remember him, the safety, number 20 from back in the day.
Yep.
He was one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, all them guys, man.
Out there. Yep. Charlie Gardner.
Those are the days. And you know what? Buffalo's bringing that same feeling back. The Bills, the 2021 Bills, are bringing the same feeling as the 90s Bills. I mean, I got the same. I know you were a fan from the 90s also, so it kind of is like the same. It feels weird. I mean, I hate to say it, but it feels weird to blow teams out now. We put 56 on Miami. It felt weird. We beat Pitt. You know what I'm saying? That felt a little weird. I knew it would have been a more competitive game, but I mean, they started off on 11-0 run, so I thought they would actually beat us, but they have some issues over there. We'll talk about that later with the Browns Pitt game, which was totally shocking. But yeah, I just got that feeling of the 90s, and I hope and pray that with this game that'll put us against the Chiefs. We'll see. Well, maybe against the Chiefs, because yesterday on the K&K show, I predicted if the Browns. I know you don't agree with me, but if the Browns run the ball and control the clock, they might have a shot. I actually have them 27-24. That's what I called yesterday. So if they control the clock, and we'll talk about it later on when we talk about the playoffs. But getting back to the Bills, it just has a 90s feel again, the way we did back in the 90s.
No, yeah. Honestly, it does. It's weird. It's like we're in the 90s kind of, but we want to win a Super Bowl this time. But when you look at it, because my complaint over this team for Buffalo's been since the Peerless, Price, Eric Mold days was you started getting good receivers. You got a good 1-2 tandem, and then they let one go. So they let Peerless Price go. Yeah, he wanted a lot of money. I get it. You broke up the combo. Then Molds struggled for a while, and then eventually you get Molds and Lee Evans. And what happened? They got rid of Molds that year. It should have been a nice lineup. I think it was with Molds, Lee Evans, and Roscoe Parrish in the slot. Would have been nice. They got rid of Molds. Now poor Lee Evans was on his own again. Then they get Lee Evans is having a good year. You bring in Stevie Johnson. He finally has a good year. What do they do? Get rid of Lee Evans after he put in years of pain in there. He stuck it out, re-signed. He gets a number 2. They let him go. And then you just see Stevie Johnson. I like Stevie, unconventional, but he wasn't a true number 1.
No.
You break up the deals. Now, okay, you had John Brown last year, Cole Beasley. Nice 1-2 punch. They were getting it done. This year they went and said, hey, let's get Diggs, which was even bigger because now you have Smoke, Diggs, and Beasley. It was like James Lofton,
and then you have the addition of,
you see?
Then you got Gabriel Davis and Hodgkins that come in too. I mean, me and you when we were looking at the picks, I know I picked Hodgkins as one of the picks, but I never in my mind would think they would get somebody. But even Duke Williams, we needed that last year. We needed that big receiver. We needed that tall 50-50 guy. To get up there and go get him. Now we got Gabriel Davis. What is he? 6'2". We got Duke. I don't know if he's been activated off the practice squad. No, not yet.
No, he's been on the practice squad or not. Actually, I think he was non-active last week. They kept him off.
Okay, but I mean, look at. We had a former number 1 receiver last year, which is our number 2 guy, which is Brown. So now we got Diggs, Brown, Beasley, and McKenzie. I mean, these guys. I'm glad everybody's healthy because it gives Josh and it just makes everybody better around him. That's what I'm saying about Diggs. He makes everybody else a number 1 guy that's a number 2 guy this year. So when everybody doubles up on Diggs, we still got that former number 1 receiver as a number 2 receiver. That's a mismatch. So we're going to see how that plays out with the secondary, which is very good for Baltimore. So we're going to see how that plays out this weekend.
All right, let me catch up on some stuff real quick. Kurt emailed me, I guess, on my Facebook page, so it's not, I can't throw it out there, but he says, pay the man his damn money. Allen, Kurt from the K show was always like, hey, he has to win a playoff game before you pay him. So I agree with him. Pay the man the money, even though these quarterback contracts are a little crazy. Pay him now, because if you wait for 2 more years, it's even going to be higher. So you're probably better off trying to get that done. Another thing.
It's funny because you said K and K. I thought you said he messaged you on MySpace for a quick second. I was like, but he's right. Listen, there are rumors that they're going to approach Josh Allen with a big lucrative contract. So it is in the works already. So, hey, Kenny, I agree with you. Show him the money. He already proved himself. He already did ungodly numbers from last year to this. He went from 59% accuracy to almost 70%, which is kind of unheard of, because all the pundits are saying you cannot teach accuracy. But this dude put in work. He put in off-season work. When Diggs came, they flew out to California. They flew out to Miami. They worked out. They put in work. So, hey, show the man money. He's showing results. They love his worth ethic, and he just loves the team. He loves Buffalo. So that's the franchise right there, man. That's the man.
Yep. Also, what up, boys? Great show. Bills will be going to the AFC title game. Hopefully he's right. Let's go Buffalo. Now the thing is this. Well, I got to show. It's because Kenny, again, his partner on the K show, they did a little bet. Here it is. I have breaking news. Kurt and Johnny Beelan. Johnny Beelan is a Jet fan on their show. Have a friendly wager. If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, Kurt has to wear a pony outfit live on the KK show. If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, Beelan has to. I think Beelan's going to be wearing this pony outfit, and it's going to look pretty damn good. Another thing they would, Kenny actually is like, as much I would love to see Kurt in that pony boy outfit, I got to say Beelan's going to wear the pony outfit. I agree with him.
I'm just getting the visuals. Yeah. I'm getting the visual with them guys. That'll be so fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's another major wager between Nick Wright and what's it call it? I forgot right now. I'll get back to you, but there's a major wager that whoever if the Bills win 2 playoff games, Nick Wright has to get doused in ketchup and
you said
Colin Cowherd. So if he loses, he's gonna have to get doused with mustard and ketchup. So I'm hoping Nick Wright, which for some reason hates Josh Allen. If you go to his show, Nick Wright, he despises Josh Allen. He will not give the man credit. So I'm hoping and praying that Josh gets this win just to see him get mustard and ketchup up like Pinto Ron.
I hope so. Listen, also, what's up, John, dude, Latronica? How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you on our page. Our show. One thing I saw that game was John Smoke. He had some rust. He was a little rusty. He was dropping some passes, which he usually doesn't drop. So, it was good to get him in there. Hopefully it's gone. Hopefully he's on point next week, because we're going to need him this week, Here's Kurt's comments now. You found Bobby's page. Pay that man his money.
Now realistically, what you think is a realistic number for him?
Supposedly Nick Wright canceled that you were talking about.
Oh, snap. I think he said there was going to be over-under on it, that if he did win 1 game, you know what? I got to go back and see if he did back out that bet. That's funny, though.
All right, one thing real quick. Talking about Zach Moss getting hurt. They ended up bringing this guy. Somebody put a picture of him. Where is it? Come on. How come it's not popping up? I'm having problems. Bam, there you go. Devonta Freeman, ex-Florida State running back, played with Atlanta for many years, signed on the Giants practice squad. Didn't really play much there. Bills brought him in, trying to get him up to speed to possibly play this week. Now, we talked about this real quick. Where's Antonio Williams? I know it was the last game of the season. He still played against Miami's defense. It was their ranked defense, their number 1 D. It wasn't like they were really sitting guys. So he put in some work. Now, personally, I would have Williams out there playing. I know you said on the K and K show you'd rather
Nah,
Devon
nah.
Freeman.
I got to disagree with you on that. I got to disagree on that. And being listen, he pretty much was on the second team playing against Miami. All right.
Mhm.
He did ball out for that second half, but this is a total different team we're playing. We're playing Baltimore. That's a blitz heavy team. They're coming after Josh. They're coming. They even said it. They're blitzing. They're blitzing. So you need a veteran back that knows how to recognize those blitzes and how to pick them up. You don't want a rookie in there. I mean, he's a baller. He runs forward. I told you that when he ran. I
Yeah.
like the way he runs. He runs strong. He's always falling forward for that extra yard. But I have to agree. You're gonna have to agree with me. TJ Yeldon has to be the answer in these three backs because he has the experience on the picking up blitzes, and I think the experience is more than what you don't want a rookie in there. My bottom line, you don't want a rookie in there making a rookie mistake. You're gonna get Josh killed.
Well, hey, if that's the thing, they run 5 wide receiver sets. They leave them out there to get killed half the time anyway. Now, I think it's more for the run game. If you're running the ball, he's a north-south guy. He puts down the shoulder, and he showed he could play. I mean, the guy is strong. Put him in there. I can see them going with Devonta Freeman. The guy is versatile. If he has anything left in his tank like he did over there in Atlanta, he could be nasty. He
I
could catch
think,
the ball out there. He could run
if
the ball.
anything, I think Freeman will go before Williams because of the experience.
See, that's one thing I don't like. Unless you brought in Le'Veon Bell, like they could have, or at one point, or tried to, I would go with the guy who's put in his lumps the whole year. And if he could do it, hey, show me. First of all, he's not going to be the main back. The main back's going to be Singletary regardless. And what they like to do is run like the first set of plays with Singletary, bring in the next back for the second series of play. Then you bring back Singletary again. So they try to keep these guys fresh. I get it. But me personally, I probably would put in Antonio Williams. Let's see what he got. Because I think
We'll
he's
see.
going to take TJ
Who
Yelton's
did
spot
they, who did
next year.
they who did they activate for the game? Did they say anything yet? Who they
No,
bringing up?
I don't think they have.
I guarantee it's TJ Yeldon.
Yeah,
I'll wager you. I'll bet you it'd be TJ Yeldon. How about that? You want them guys over there at the KK Sports Show are making wagers? Let's make a wager. What you think? What you want to wager, man?
you know what? They might start TJ Yelton, but he won't even see the game. He won't even be
Oh
on the
man,
field.
come on now.
He won't even be on the field. If they want to put somebody in the block, they're going to put Reggie Gillian, the tight end
But he
slash.
was hurt. I mean, he was hurt too. I mean, he's
No, he was
still
activated
playing
last
too.
game. He was activated last game. He played.
Okay.
So they'll put him out there to block if they're looking to block. Now, real quick, Kenny asked, do you think weather, if snow will help or hurt the Bills knowing the Ravens are run first team? The only thing is Lamar hasn't played in the snow. They're both
Never.
snow. They're
Never
both
played in the
cold
snow.
weather teams. They're both cold weather teams. It all comes down to that footing, I mean, what's
You
their
got
running back? Who's their running back over there? Not Dobbins. The other
you
one
got
who was in
you got the Dobbins, you got Ingram, Mark Ingram, and you got Gus Edwards. You got the triple threat over
Yeah.
there. But getting back to the snow, there's actually 4 or 5 players that never played in the snow from the Baltimore Ravens. Granted, it snows in Baltimore. Don't get me wrong. But you got Lamar Jackson never played in the snow. The safety Chuck Clark never played in the snow. The offensive guard Bradley Bosman never played in the snow, and cornerback Jimmy Smith never played in the snow. Now, Diggs said, and it's a big difference. He said he doesn't like to play in the snow. So there is a big difference of not ever playing in the snow and not liking to play in the snow, because I saw some people talking about it on social media. But it is a big difference of not liking and never playing in the snow. And if you ever been to Buffalo, that's a totally different cold up there, man. That's a totally different cold up there than, I grew up in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area, and it's cold. But when you go up to Buffalo, I mean, that cold over there gets in your bones. And if you're from Miami, like Lamar Jackson and them boys coming up there, they're going to be hating life. They're going to have to be next to that heater. They're going to have to do something, but it's going to be miserable for them. And I think the forecast said 40% chance of snow this weekend. So that's to our advantage as far as I'm concerned.
I saw it. I thought they said mid-30s, possibly lower. So I don't know. Hopefully it does snow. Hopefully it does help us. Especially if Lamar has never played there. Also, German, what's up? He said, "Go Bills." What up, Susio? What's this? Hope Lamar is bringing his snowshoes. Listen, if it helps us, I'll take it. Another thing is the kicking. That could come down to the kicking game. When we do go into this game and start discussing it, we'll break it down more. But whatever. I think the Bills hopefully will profit from it, just because of the few key guys, especially if you're safety and your quarterback haven't played in the snow. That's pretty big. What is this? Oh, look at this guy. They're always trying to get us to eat something hot. Here's a wager: Yelton active or not, loser has to eat buffalo wings with hot sauce. I don't like really hot sauce. Not so much I don't like it. My belly doesn't like hot sauce. So I'm passing on that. But we'll have bragging rights against each other. How's that one?
That's right. That's cool.
Well, listen.
I can eat some hot wings, man.
Going back
whatever.
Going back to this indie game, though, I gotta be real. What are you playing? What are you standing in the sun? What is going on over there?
My light just came on.
The indie game, not to be Debbie Downer or anything. That game, we almost lost that game. We probably should have lost that game. Sad to say. Our run game wasn't there. What you said too was very big. We were pinned down in our own 15-yard line, within our 15-yard line, almost the first half. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another thing, which I'm going to just say now, I know I said it on the other show, the game was done. I wasn't even too happy. I was happy, but I was more mad than anything. Text you, I text our buddy Kyle. I was like so upset that the officials blew that dumb fumble call. You can't do that, man. Because I was so stressed that they were going to tie the game or they're going to win this game.
Win it.
And if they would have won that game, oh my goodness, I would have lost my stuff. I'll say be nice.
How can we not see that replay? I mean, I was upset about it. I was highly upset about it.
Yeah. Everybody saw it. Even the announcers are like, whoa, man, Poyer did a great job letting him get up before he punched the ball or even touched him. And Milano hit him also. It was a great play. It was smart. And watching it, it took so long. And I'm like, what the hell's taking so long? And then they actually called it a non-fumble.
And then what got me aggravated was the explanation that the player was down by contact. Nobody touched him.
Nobody touched him.
He's going to be down by contact. Nobody touched him, and they let him get up.
It was ridiculous. Another thing was
you got it there?
Well, I don't have it. I should have. I didn't even think about it. That thing just had me so mad. Another thing was that how many times did they hike the ball with 0 time on the clock? And one official retired was like, hey, it's because that's good because the official looked at the clock and then looked and they hiked the ball. What kind of crap is that? The majority of the season, if you ever see the clock 0, they're blowing it dead. And they did it like 4 times. Then eventually they stopped.
I forgot about that. It was up. Yeah, I forgot about it. About at least 4 times. And me touching back and forth. I mean, what they were trying to do was control the clock. Obviously, they were trying to keep Josh Allen off the field, which is great. But man, these refs got to get it together. And I got a couple texts also saying that one of the toe drags of Gabriel Davis was out. But I don't know. I saw the shadow. I thought it was a great call. They didn't have enough to overturn it, in my opinion.
Well, that would have been the problem. The one thing with the toe drag, he had it here. Here's the line, and here's his foot. So was his foot out or was it just on the line? That's why they didn't change it, because it would look perfect. But if you saw more of his foot over the line, they would have.
Then it's done.
They couldn't change it. Even the guy was like, "It's like perfect. You can't even tell." So they can't reverse it. But
the
not like
one was
the ground. Yeah, I was like, "Come on, man." Real quick, our boy Kyle saying, "Hey guys, Milano and Edmonds need to elevate their play even more. This is imperative for the game Saturday." You are 100% right, Kyle. That is true. And when we get to the game for Saturday, we'll talk about that. Actually, let's do some real quick news. what do you think of the idea of Deshaun Watson playing for the Miami Dolphins?
I don't
There's
know.
a rumor.
He's very upset.
Well,
With the
yeah,
Houston
Texans.
management, a couple players. I mean Texan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. There's a couple players that came out and say, "Hey, stand your ground," and this and that. But
Mhm.
if the trade's there, I think he should do it. We're going to be in. It'll be a very interesting AFC East, because with Miami with Deshaun and you're getting all the return players that back in New England, all the guys that opted out coming back, and I don't know who they're gonna have. I think Cam Newton was just a 1-year deal. I don't think he's gonna go back over there. So we'll see who winds up over there. And then with the Jets, whoever they pick up and their new head coach, I think the Jets need one more year before they actually get competitive. I mean, they're 1 or 2 pieces away. But I think if that happens with Deshaun, man, it's gonna be on and popping because Fitzpatrick could ball. You know that.
Yeah.
Tua, I wasn't too impressed. I
Mhm.
kind of made fun of him because he was saying, remember the quote he said that the NFL wasn't that hard, and then we just lit him up with 56. You got to be humble. So
Yeah.
I think Deshaun will bring the AFC it'll be very competitive for
Well, the
sure.
thing is, it's not etched in stone. The problem is he has a no trade clause, so he would have to waive it for where only the places he wants to. Supposedly, he said, uh,
What's the hit on it though?
huh?
What would be a
He
cap hit if he?
Well, the thing was, he said Miami might be a place he wouldn't mind playing
Hmm.
for. And then it's funny because some of the teammates from the Dolphins are saying they don't know if they believe Tua is the man. This kid hasn't even started the whole year. They're ready. Once they heard Deshaun
Already.
Watson, they're like, "Hey, we could go for some Watson. Let's get Tua out of here." They're ready selling him out.
Tua didn't really impress you. I mean, watching him play against other teams and everything, what was good about Miami was their defense. That's what won them the games because he was
Yeah.
just dinking and dunking, little passes here and there. His arm strength and his arm accuracy didn't impress me. I'm not impressed with him.
No, listen. Again, he's a rookie. He hasn't played the whole year, and he has not looked that good. Especially, look at Mafia Mondo sending out his predictions 27-17s. Well, that was kind of close to what I predicted. Uh, yeah, you heard it first.
I
Mondo said,
reversed mine. I'll tell you mine was 24-17. That's the last time they beat us. So I think we're going to return the favor 24-17. So that's my prediction.
oh, I messed up there. I tagged this over here. Well, three of the rivals could be in running for Watson if traded. Yeah, but the thing is, he didn't say if he would want to go play for New England or the Jets. She said Miami.
He
So
said
maybe,
Miami specifically. Yep.
yeah, maybe he's trying to.
It would be part of the trade with Tua for Tua. That was part of the trade talk.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. For you to get Watson, you have to give up Tua, and they're going to have to give a boatload of picks probably up for him because Houston's not going to give him up for nothing. So it's going to be interesting, especially if he lands in the East. That'd be kind of crazy. I don't think. Well, I don't think the Jets are going to pick up a quarterback. I think they're going to run with Darnold for another year or two. So who knows? And who knows who's going to go over there to New England? Real quick, and some more news. Chuck Pagano, he retires from after coaching for 19 years. He's done. Raiders hired Gus Bradley as their defensive coordinator. He was the defensive coordinator of the San Diego Chargers for a while. This is no news, but I don't think we said it last week. Doug Peterson got fired for the Eagles, so that's a job up for grabs. Now Doug Marrone got fired from the Jaguars. Finally, big 8-8 coach getting in the NFL lasted this long. Don't know how.
Gave up
Urban
on that.
Meyer,
Anyway, go ahead. I don't want to get into it. Go.
Urban, Urban Meyer. He was talking to the Chargers and the Jaguars, but Jaguars finalized deal with him today, so he's going to be the Jaguars head coach. Let's see how that goes because I don't think he's ever coached in the NFL, and it's totally
I
different.
know, but he might get Trevor. What is he going to get? Trevor Lawrence over there, right? So something might happen over there. I mean, he's going to get the golden child. Let's see what happens. Hey, I'm right down the block from Jacksonville Jaguars, so I'm gonna keep a close eye and I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, no, listen, they have I think a good amount of money too. Now the thing is, okay, who's going to want to go play over there, and then you could switch a team around as long as you have some picks and you have some cap room. You could turn a team around pretty fast if you make smart decisions.
By the way, let's make a plan, bro. You got to fly down here. because the Bills are coming to Jacksonville next year. Come on down, fly, open the doors. We go party over there, man. They have a Jacksonville Bills gonna have to come down here to Jacksonville, so I'm definitely gonna attend that game.
Sounds good, especially if COVID's under control or wraps or whatever we got to do. I always say I want to go down there. I didn't even see they're playing Jacksonville down there, but that's cool. I wouldn't mind that. I always want to go to Miami also to go see a game, especially towards the later part of the season.
Yeah,
you want to go somewhere warm. You know
what? They actually released not the schedule, but the teams that we're going to play home and away. I should have brought it up. That's my bad. I'll do it for next week. I'll make sure I bring up the teams that we're playing. Good news is we're not going to any teams west next year, so that's going to be good.
That's cool.
On the West Coast, yeah.
Doug Peterson could be getting offensive coordinator in Jacksonville or KC and get his reputation back. Well, he needs some reputation. But, I mean, out of all the guys that got fired, hey, he won a Super Bowl at least. At least he has a ring.
Yeah.
Some other news, the Chiefs added Antonio Callaway for the next season, not this season. So these guys are stockpiling even more weapons on that squad, which is kind of cool for them, bad for everybody else. It was a conditional contract. And this year in the AFC playoffs, the remaining teams, all their quarterbacks are 25 years or younger, which is kind of crazy. So you got all these young kids, the future of the NFL, looking pretty good at the quarterback position. Then you got
the three in the AFC. Aren't the three in the AFC from that 2018 class?
Is it 3 or 2? I think Mahomes and Baker in the same one?
Josh and Baker. You got 3 of them.
I thought Lamar and Allen were in the same one.
No, I think it was a 3. My bad. Somebody's correcting me, so should I pick it up or not?
if they're correcting you. What is this? Yeah. Bars back open in Buffalo. Fly up there this weekend. I did see they were starting to open up some bars up there and restaurants. Yeah, but we can't get into the game. I wonder how that whole tailgate went with the 6,700 fans out there. And what else?
You said it was great energy. From what I heard, it was great energy. 6,700 sounded like 10,000, 15,000. They said they brought the energy, which is awesome. I can imagine. Can you imagine being one of the fans there? You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna yell. You gotta represent. You know what I'm saying?
Yelling, banging on the bleachers.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
I actually had asked Kyle if he heard anything about if they were pumping in audio or not. I wanted to see if that was like the legit sound of the Bills fans that were there. But he said he thought he heard they were pumping some stuff. What else here real quick? My buddy Chino. Big game coming up. Good luck. So he's wishing the Bills some broskies, some good luck there. Thanks, Chino. So that's one thing. All right, man. I guess we could start talking about this game. All right, so we were talking about matchups earlier. Some of the things I said I thought I would have liked to see. Oh, you know what we never played, man? I just looked over here. We never played this. Hold on. Get away!
Proud of you guys, man. These are hard to get, right? I'm talking regular season, playoffs, hard to get. Great team win, man. It wasn't all perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be. It's the playoffs. They're hard to get. And we need everyone. It's a great win. Great win for the organization and what we just went through this week, right? Great win. Gritty win. And you got to have that in the playoffs. We got work to do. Humble and hungry, right? Get your rest. Get your rest, and let's hit the reset button.
Hey, humble and hungry, man. Blessed, too. We're one of 8 teams that gets to play next week. We know that for sure.
God is good, man.
God is good. Go out next week this week. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Humble and hungry. Yeah, I love that, man. That's their mindset. It's been like that all year long. Stay humble, stay hungry, and put in that work. Because when you put in the work, this is what happens. Buffalo Bill comes in there and stampedes the player like that. Bam! Just whacks the player. That was the Colts. Get thrown out in the air this week. Listen, this week.
Man, you ain't right.
The Bills need to contain Lamar Jackson. They need to contain this guy. 2 years in a row, he's rushed for over 1,000 yards. He set the record for a quarterback to have back-to-back years with 1,000 yards. What does that mean to me? Means he's not throwing the ball, which is great. Yeah, they're like the number one team, I think. To give you some stats, what are they rushing the ball? I think they're first rushing the ball. That means they're not throwing the ball,
Yeah.
But the Bills have an issue stopping the run.
Stopping the run.
And what are we ranked against the run? I think this year. I'm not even sure. I had it somewhere. Average yards.
We're like 12th or 14th in that range up there.
We're up there. It's ridiculous. But they could do it. They played him last year. They played him well. They actually forced him. He wasn't really passing the ball. They had to get him out of. They frustrated him a lot last year.
I think he only had like 40 yards last year rushing.
It wasn't crazy. So I mean, they could do it again. There's no reason why they can't. I mean, go after this kid, contain him. Don't let him get out because he's going to give up. And especially if it's snowing, you got to keep that footing and keep him in the box.
Absolutely, and we're just gonna have to contain. I think that's where I think they've been. I'm gonna tell you like this. I know you're not big on Epinesa just yet. I think he's gonna have a major part of this game. The edge guys are gonna have a major part in this game for stringing them out, make them, contain them. That's gonna be the number one job is contain them, and hopefully Milano and Edmonds can get in their gaps and do their assignments, gap assignments, and stop the run. We might take this game. You know what I'm saying? And then make and force. What I see is and when I hear a lot of pundits saying that you got to make Lamar Jackson throw outside the numbers. So you give up the outside leverage. Let them try to beat you outside. And we got the corners to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got Wallace, we got Trey, good coverage, we got good safety. So it comes down to the containment, the edge guys, and it comes down to Milano and Edmonds. Those are the four key guys that we got to look out for. And then let them throw the ball, and I think the cornerbacks will be all right.
One thing I got to say about this, and listen, Lamar could throw the ball on the run. I mean, you got to get it. The kid he has a gun. He could throw it deep. He throws it on point. He struggled this year. One thing you brought up yesterday while we were on the K&K show was that the tight end. They have a really good tight end out there. They were clicking in the beginning of the year until the tight end got hurt. Now it's a little off. People have been able to take care of that. The one problem we did have last week was the tight ends eating up the middle, which makes no sense to me because you have Edmonds there. If you're playing a zone, all right, you cheat in. Now, how many times also they had the delayed running back coming out and they got third down after third down after third down? It was driving me insane. Yeah, if you're playing zone, keep somebody in the middle. Cheat. And if you're not doing it with two linebackers, bring in Josh Norman. Bring in a dime if you have to or something. But it's going to be tough.
I'm not a fan of that nickel. I really ain't. You kind of put me up in the beginning of the season. I was like, I don't know. But then the more I watched and more of the drag routes, more of the middle stuff, and especially last week with the tight ends, everything up, we trying to keep everything up front. It just, I mean, they know more than we do, obviously. But I just, man, I don't know. Beasley, somebody asked about Beasley. Beasley said he feels better this week than he did last week. So that's a good positive note. He is going to be active. He's going to be playing.
Yeah, that's good. And here's the man himself, John Beelan, another Mr. Jet. Hello from the Pony Express fan club. John Beelan's rooting for these Ravens. He likes Lamar, and I don't know. I think he's sipping on some of that green juice down there in East Rutherford. They call water or something. I don't know about that guy. Anyway, listen. One thing we talked about, I touched on real quick. I think they should start Trent Murphy. I understand what you're saying with AJ. He's faster, but hey, he's a rookie, man. Trent's got years, man, and he's a beast. And even though
he's been a healthy stats for the past couple of weeks, why? I mean, nobody says anything about it.
That's you know what? I think it's more like, okay, he's going to be gone next year. Let's get AJ in the reps. But look at, man, we only had one playoff game last year against Houston, and he went off. I think he had 2 sacks. I forgot. He was chasing him all over the place. To me, they need to have that scary red-headed monster out there chasing Lamar down. That would be me. Yeah. I would put him out there. He's a vet. He's got some speed. He might not be as quick as AJ, but he has speed, and he's not going to make the mental mistakes that AJ is going to make. Another thing that drives
and
me
then
crazy.
we were talking about the tight ends also. They got a great tight end, Mark Andrews. He's 6'5".
Yeah.
He's a big tight end. He's
Mhm.
a great catcher. So we gotta keep our eyes out on that. That's one thing to look out. If they contain Lamar and they make them go outside the numbers, just look out for them tight ends. We gotta watch what I'm saying with that kid.
The difference is Lamar is not Phillip Rivers. Lamar has more physical abilities than Rivers does. But Rivers, he's got all those years. He could read every defense. He knows what's coming. He was smart. You saw him adjusting stuff all the time. We couldn't get to him, which was driving me insane. They have a very good offensive line. My thing is this. I don't know why these guys don't do it. They did it a few times, but barely. If you're not going to get to the quarterback, you see him throwing the ball, raise one hand, jump up.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt
They
does
didn't
it.
do it last week at all. Yeah.
He does it all the time. And how many balls does he knock down? Just do that. You might get one. Put your hands up if you're not going to tackle him. Put your hands up. Oh, and
that's another thing.
Tackling, wrap up. My goodness.
Wrap up. Grab claw. Grab claw, let the guys come. But another thing, we didn't get a good pass rush last week at all.
Well,
I don't think we got.
Really
I don't know how many hurries we got, but the pass rush was null and void last week. It was driving me bananas.
Yeah,
so that's got to step up this weekend too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, listen, the Colts. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Colts." They're a top 10 offense, top 10 defense. The team is a good team. They're legit. So every team in the AFC earned their spot there.
Yes, sir.
So that was one thing to me. I would start Trent Murphy. Who knows? They probably won't. I'm not the GM or whatever. And Tyler Kroft, I know they haven't been playing him much because of his blocking, but the kid has some hands, man. He's another weapon if you put him out there. He's been healthy. That's one guy I could see out there too. But he probably won't be out there. Let's do this real quick. Listen, the Bills are 14-3. Ravens were 12-5. Only 9 meetings, actually, team games between these two. Ravens lead the series 6-3.
But we lost the last 3 to them.
Yeah, first time meeting was October 31st, 1999. The Bills won 13-10. Their last meeting, which was last year, December 8th, 2019. Ravens actually won 24, Bills 17. So they ended up with the victory.
That's going to be the score of this game, except the Bills are going to have 24.
In reverse.
In reverse.
Points per game. The Bills are averaging 31.3, which is second in the NFL. Ravens are not far behind with 29.3, which is 7th. So they're right there. What is 2-point difference? Points against.
Don't think I forgot. They blew us out the year before that. They blew us out. I think it was like 45-3. Yeah, they blew us out the year before that. Well, I don't remember. I remember. I think John Brown remembers too. So
they're a well-coached team. Points against per game, 23.5. We're 16th. They're 18.9. They're second. They got a good D. So we're facing another tough defense. Sacks, we have 38, which is 15th. They have 39. They're 14th. So everything's close with these teams. Look at turnovers. We're +4. They're +4. Looking down third down percentages, we're 49.7. We're first, even though we struggled last week on the third downs. They're at 48.8. They're fourth. Again, we're neck and neck. Everything's close. Red zone percentage.
I don't know what they did in terms of first downs on third down completions last week. But I know for every game of the season, we had 20 plus more third down conversions every single game of the whole season. That's why we're number 1 in third down completion. I don't know what it was last week, but I know we were horrible because we punted a lot.
Yeah, last week it wasn't that good. Third down percentage, we're 49.7. First in the league, they're 48.8. They're right there too. Red zone percentage, we're 61.8, 13th. They're 63.3. They're 12th. So, like I'm saying, everything's going against average rushing yards a game. Here's the big difference. We're 107.7. We're 20th. We're not last. They're 191.9. which is first. Now, average passing yards per game, we're at 288.8. We're third in the NFL. They are 171.2, which is dead last in the NFL. So this is one of the problems we might have. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to control the clock pretty much like Indy did.
Yep.
Now, the difference is, I don't know what Leslie's going to come up with. Personally, I'd probably run the 4-3, get AJ in there with Milano and Edmonds, and you got speed on the outside, which you could contain the inside, and especially, okay, if you run AJ and Hughes, you got speed to force them inside, and hopefully our defensive tackles could step up with Edmonds in the middle. You got to play.
Yeah, they run a lot of read option, a lot of quarterback read option. So
you got to play chess games. You got to match up. You got to play chess. You got to match up.
Yeah, definitely a chess game.
Speed on speed. You got to do that. I mean, hopefully he just doesn't stick to that nickel. And if he does this, I would say, peace out, Frazier. If he does this, it just sticks to the nickel. That's just me. I would lose my mind if he plays that.
And their defense is awesome either. Also, the Ravens got, I think, 3 of the top 10 players with the most forced fumble. 3 of them are on that team. So out of top 10 players in the league. So they're coming. They're coming. They already said it. They're going to come with blitzes. We got to be ready for it too. So, but in terms of our defense, I agree with you that nickel is driving me bananas. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they'll get Klein in there and mix it up. Maybe have 3 backs back there. I don't know. But they got to do something because that bend don't break is driving me bananas too.
Well, let's catch up real quick. Kyle's over here saying Bills need to score early and often. I agree. Make the Ravens have to play catch up by throwing the ball. This is not the same Bills team that the Ravens played last season.
Absolutely.
Very true.
I agree.
But Kyle, our defense isn't playing like our defense played last season either. Also, Jerry Hughes. Jerry Hughes only had 2 tackles last week. Needs the ball out against the Ravens. I agree. I think they do have a pretty good rushing, blocking offensive line. I don't know about their pass defensive line. Like offensive line, how they do against the pass. But by their numbers, they're dead last in the NFL. But I guess you don't really have to pass.
Defensive line?
Running game. Huh?
What are you talking about? The defensive line?
Their offensive. No, I don't know how good their offensive line is good against pass protection. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Dave Brown says, let's go Bills. Thanks, Mr. Minnesota. And let's catch up with some of the guys. Hey, guys, bam. Kenny saying, have a good night, fellas. Looking forward to have you guys on next week. That's if we win, we'll be on that show. If we lose, I don't think you're going to see me, Kenny. I might need a bit.
I'm going to send me a cutout of me over there. That's it.
Yeah, that or I'll have to put on a bag like Justin did when he came on our show. All the L's you had this year, all big running games of 175 plus yards given up. I don't know why John's bringing that up. I don't know why, John. I'm going to stop.
But it's the truth. Hey, he's keeping it real. It's the truth. And those L's that we got were for dual threat quarterbacks. Keep in mind. Yeah.
No, it's true. Hey, and Lamar likes to run. And like I said, he has a gun. So hopefully they contain him. They'll be running. Yeah, they're going to run, John. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Run it to the sideline all night long.
Look, I think their safeties and their linebackers are their weakness. So I'm thinking we're gonna attack the middle of that field against that team. I think we're gonna get there. I think that's where their weakness is. Other than that, I don't think we're gonna be able to run the ball against them. The corners match up really well with our receivers, but I think their weakness is their safeties and their linebackers. So I'm looking for us to attack the middle. We'll see how it goes. But Cole Beasley, I'm hoping he's good because he's the man in the middle. That's the man in the middle right there. So we'll see how it goes. But in terms of the ponies running, I don't know. We play really good situational football, bro. I know they're coming to run. So I know these guys are going to be looking for the run. I know they're going to look to contain. So they're probably going to stack up in the middle, 7, 8 guys up on the box and see what happens.
Well, what they got to do too is just, if you're going to do that, stack it, and they're going to have to play press. press them
Yep.
because you know what?
That's correct.
Let them beat you on the outside because our corners, I know White could press. Wallace, he'd probably play a little off more with Wallace, but who knows? Press them,
Norman.
force them to run the
Norman's
ball,
yeah, Norman's
you know.
nah, I don't, yeah. Norman Nickel, yeah. Yeah,
And
leave him alone. I'm gonna let Wallace take the heat on this one. Your boy.
That's my boy. Hey, he had a few picks for us.
Yeah.
After all is said and done, I mean, I think the Bills should win this game. You know,
What's your final score? What's your final score?
I said 28-24 Buffalo.
Okay. I'm going to write that down. 28-24 Buffalo. I got 24-17 Buffalo.
And I never put down points like that.
I know. That's how I asked you. See what you was going to say. I got it out of you finally.
We got a few more minutes here. The other game on Saturday is the Rams, 10-6, going against Green Bay, heading into Lambeau Field, 13-3. Green Bay. Green Bay's giving up 6.5. Man, I was surprised the Rams won last week. I didn't think they were going to win the way they did, but kudos to them. Goff is starting, I believe. I'm actually pretty sure. Where is it? I think he said something about it, Kenny. Anyway, I think Goff is not enough to handle that Green Bay offense over there in Green Bay, especially those Cali boys going into Green Bay.
I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what we think. I think the Rams defense been playing good lately. They're not the same Rams defense we played in week 4 or 5 or whatever it was. They're playing a lot better. I don't know what the situation is with what the heck's his name, the Aaron Donald. I know he had like a rib injury or something. So if he's out, that might be the difference. But if he's in and he's balling, it might be a lot closer game than we think it is. I still have Green Bay winning, but I think it's going to be a close game. I got them 24-21, Green Bay.
Wow, that close, huh?
But that depends if Aaron Donald gets in the game. Because that dude's a game maker, bro.
Goff looked how old the NFC guys are. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't think it's going to be close. Even though I like the Rams, but being in that cold weather, Goff, who knows how if he's 100%. I doubt he's 100% with his
who would back him up? That kid Wolford, right?
Yeah, Wolford again. But we'll see. But they sat him. Goff starting. Let's move on. We got not that much time left. Cleveland, 11-5. Smacked up the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. I was surprised when I saw that. This team, they were missing players. They have a lot of talent. So if this team has all their players in there, you got to watch out for them, man. Kansas City, listen, I think Kansas City is going to win. But I agree with you. If you're going to beat Kansas City and you are the Cleveland Browns, you got to run Chubb and Hunt. Listen, I said from last year, Kansas City's defense is a little suspect. Run the ball, man. Just run the ball as much as you can. And you can't – listen, they got Landry. I forgot I know Odell's not playing, but I forgot the other. It was Peoples or something like that. They have good receivers too, and they got a good tight end. So they could throw the ball. Baker Mayfield just can't mess up. He can't
have happy feet. Somebody said on the KK Sports Show that he's going to have happy feet. But I agree with you, man. I'm actually picking this game as the upset game of the playoffs. They got their monkey off the back with that playoff win. They're excited. Beat Pittsburgh. It was ridiculous, that game, what happened in that game. It was crazy. I mean, they sent Ben crying.
See that?
They sent him crying. But it was insane from the first play. But I think they're going to go in there with some momentum. I think if they run the ball like you said and they control the clock and keep Mahomes off the field, you got to remember Mahomes, he didn't play the week 17 and they had a bye.
Yeah.
So that how rusty is he going to be? He might start off slow and then explode like he did against the 49ers in the Super Bowl, but how rusty is he going to be? And it depends how well the Browns run. I'm taking it upset. I think the Browns are going to run the ball, control the clock. I'm taking the Browns winning 27-24. I don't think the Chiefs are going to come through this time. I mean, call me crazy, but that's my gut feeling. I think if they run the ball and they control the clock, they might have a chance. So I'm taking 27-24 Browns.
Hot take. Listen,
Which would be great. Because that would be AFC. That would be AFC showdown between hopefully the Bills and the Browns. That would be a great AFC championship.
I'll use this though. If the Browns beat KC by running the ball, we would have to watch out.
Oh,
that would be dangerous. But I would rather play the Browns than Kansas City. But I think it's going to be tough against KC. Last game, Tampa Bay ended up smacking up. Well, they didn't really. Did they smack them up? Chicago, they're finished the season 11-5. New Orleans was 12-4. New Orleans is actually giving up 3 points against them. I think New Orleans wins this game. I like New Orleans. I've always rooted for them. If I had to pick an NFC team, it was always Tampa. I always liked them from back in the day with the creamsicle jerseys and stuff. Maybe I'm hating on Tom a little bit, but I just like New Orleans. They have so much talent over there.
What it is.
They got so much talent.
A little bit.
Well, listen, I like Brady. I just didn't like that he was in our – you got to beat the man to be the man. That's the way I saw it. So I like Brady. I've always have, but I like Drew Brees too. Yeah. And I like Peyton over there. I've always liked the Saints. Those are like my 2 NFC teams if I had to choose. But I'm rooting for New Orleans to win that game.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it's going to be tough because, I mean, they beat Tampa Bay twice. And they actually beat Brady up pretty good, both those games. So can you do it a third time is the question. You know what I'm saying? I know it's Drew Brees probably his last playoff run, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think that he'll probably be done after this season. He'll probably be in the booth somewhere, commenting, commentary on games and stuff like that. So I think he's going to do a last playoff push of his career. Will he beat Tampa Bay for the third time? It's yet to be seen. But I think the Saints are going to pull it off a lot closer than you think. I think it's going to be a shootout. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be like 33-27 Saints.
Yeah, I think Michael Thomas comes back for the Saints, doesn't he? For this game?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So that's even bigger because they haven't had him, so he could go off. I was always upset that the Bills didn't go after Drew Brees when he came out, when actually San Diego let him go. I was glad he went to the Saints and not freaking Miami, though.
Yeah, but Brady's playing good ball lately, bro. So it's gonna be a lot different ball game than before. That's why I'm saying it's gonna be a closer game.
Yeah, but it's the whole, and New Orleans defense, if they play like they can, they're nasty and they got a good offense. Kamara's back, they've been together so long. They already know who's gonna be where and everything. So I'd like them to win it. Again, the Bills are playing at 8:15. 8:15, the night game. Minimum mistakes. Contain Lamar. Hopefully, we'll be cracking open one of these next week.
Oh,
and I won't have a
bad
face. So, as always, let's listen from the man himself, Steve Tasker. This is his message to Lamar.
So we'll see you in Buffalo in January. Be ready. It might be chilly.
It might be chilly. Hopefully it is chilly because it wasn't all that chilly last week. Anyway, for Vinny, for Mr. Bobby in the background, and Viva Los Bills, we're saying adios. Nos vemos.
Go Bills. Go Bills, baby.
Go Bills. Peace out. Adios.